Welcome back again to Rinka's Kitchen. I have a really great recipe for potatoes, and it's called parsley potatoes, PETREZSELYMES KRUMPLI. And so it's a very simple recipe. All you need is 6 medium potatoes, a cup of fresh parsley, half a teaspoon of margarine, half a teaspoon of butter, and a teaspoon of salt, and 4 cups of water. So what I've done is I have put up a pot with water and potatoes and the salt. So I've cooked up about 6 medium potatoes, and I cut them into quarter sizes, so I have that already and drained off. The water has drained off. And now I'm warming up melting some butter and margarine. So I'm going to stir that around, get it ready. And I've got here my parsley, and I've cut up about a cup of parsley, fresh parsley. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fry this down in some margarine. So I'm going to fry this approximately for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now this is a very popular recipe. If you go into Hungarian restaurants, they serve it with fried chicken. So actually this recipe is going to go with my fried chicken recipe, and that's my next recipe on the website. So if you check my video, the next recipe will be fried chicken. My grandmother and mother's homemade recipe for fried chicken. Now I would continue to fry the parsley, so I'm just going to bring up the heat a bit. And then once this is done, once this is fried, I am going to pour this over the potatoes, and I'm going to gently stir it with a fork. And it's just great. The color contrast is just amazing, and the parsley is really tasty with potatoes. So that's what I'm going to be serving with fried chicken. Today we're going to have fried chicken and PETREZSELYMES KRUMPLI, parsley potatoes, and also you can also serve, it's quite common to serve the uborka salata, which is the cucumber salad, which I have on my website. You can serve all three of the recipes that I've mentioned on my website. So I remember my grandmother going to the market, and she would pick up the fresh parsley and potatoes for the day, and then she would bring it home, and in the afternoon she spent pretty much the afternoon cooking for her family. So when I went to visit her, my aunt and I would go early in the morning to the market, and it was a really great market on Saturday mornings where they brought fresh produce locally. So we would go shopping there, and then my grandmother would prepare the dinner for the evening. And the meal itself the eating of the meal would take about 2 to 3 hours, because after the meal we wouldn't do dishes. We would just sit around and chat and talk, and then after that we'd get together in the kitchen, and we'd wash dishes and talk and visit. So meals in Hungary, especially the Sunday dinners, took hours to prepare, and also people took time after the meal and they visited with each other. So it's quite relaxing, actually, and quite enjoyable. So I think this is just about ready. You don't want to over fry it, so I'm going to bring the temperature up just a little bit more to medium heat. Now in my recipe on the website, I say that it starts off at medium heat. What I've done is I've started it off at a minimum heat, and then I sort of slowly bring up the temperature, so I'm not burning the parsley, and I'm continually stirring it. So I'm usually stay at the stove most of the time, just keeping an eye on everything. And like I say, I've cooked up the potatoes, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add this on top of the potatoes, and this can be put into a serving dish. So I'm going to come back and I'll show you what this great recipe looks like. Welcome back again to Rinka's Kitchen. I had some parsley and some margarine and butter on the stove, and I've been frying it. So what I've done is I've poured the parsley over the potatoes. So now I put it into a serving dish, and it looks fantastic. And this goes great with fried chicken or any meat dish of your choice. So I'm just going to bring the camera up, and I'm going to show you what this wonderful recipe looks like. And as you can see, the color contrasts are just great. So this can be served with meat dishes. It could be served also with fish. So this is a very common recipe served in restaurants. You can actually specifically order this recipe and say that you want the parsley potatoes, PETREZSELYMES KRUMPLI. It's very tasty, especially that I had fried it down in margarine and butter, and then of course I just poured it over the potatoes. So I hope that you enjoy serving this great dish to your family or friends. And if you have any questions or comments, you can contact me at irene@irenkaskitchen.com or irenkaskitchen.com. Until next time, bon appetit, jó étvágyat!